What's good, YouTube? It's week 10, which means we are more than halfway through the season already. And this is also a special video for me personally because I started doing these predictions about 2 years ago, at least on YouTube. The first one, I think it was 2019, didn't really do too many. I didn't even make it to like week 3. I ended up stopping around like week 2, so I'm not sure if you can even count that, but I pretty sure on at least paper I kept track. But last season I actually ended up leaving off on week 9. I ended up not completing the whole season because mainly had to do with just having 2 jobs at the same time, not a lot of time, motivation to actually do them. So I didn't get to really do them the way I want to. Right now I'm able to actually do them a little bit closer to what I want to do with animations and all that kind of stuff. Always a work in progress, but with this being week 10 and I guess being a milestone, if you want to call it, for passing last season, you know, you can cue the fireworks because I mean, it's kind of time for a celebration because, I mean, I'm excited, I'm happy, it's just more motivation and determination to finish out the whole season, and hopefully we can end up with a pretty decent record at the end of it. All that being said, I appreciate any of you watching now, and let's just get right into these predictions. Starting off with a quick recap of Thursday night's game, since I did not get this video out before then. I ended up tweeting out my prediction, and I went with the Ravens, which I regret now because, of course, you know, the Dolphins ended up pulling out the W. Good for them. I'm not going to be too upset about it. It's, you know, bittersweet. Of course, I am 0-1 now to start the week, but my team is looking even better in the division. Moving on to the first game on Sunday, we have the Saints-Titans. I believe Alvin Kamara is officially ruled out for this game. That, along with the Saints having kind of trouble at the quarterback, and the Titans seemingly being able to win without Derrick Henry, surprisingly. I feel like they'll be able to do that again, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Titans. Bills-Jets, this one is going to be, I assume, a get-back game for the Bills. Who knows, though, if Mike White is starting, he might be the real deal if he ends up winning this game. Because I see the Bills as just losing to the Manning curse. It is officially a thing until otherwise. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bills, though. I feel like it's a bounce-back game for them, especially going against a divisional opponent that they feel like they should beat. Moving on to my biased pick of the week, as always, but of course, we are going against the winless Lions, and I honestly was hoping, when I knew we were playing the Lions, up until now, I was hoping they would win a game because I know that if we go up against them and they don't have a win, it's just more stressful. Nonetheless, it's alright. I'm always going to be biased and pick my team, but I will say I wouldn't be shocked if we ended up losing. Jaguars-Colts, I'm sure the Jaguars are feeling really good after the win they got last week over the Bills and everything, but I'm sure the Colts are feeling even better after the really dominant win they put, of course, against the Jets, so I don't know what you can say about that, but other than that, I would say both of these teams are feeling really good, but I think the Colts are ultimately a better team, so I'm going to go ahead and go with them. Bucks-Washington, this is the one that I feel like is going to upset me because I feel like I'm going to pick the Buccaneers, but then ultimately I feel like Washington end up winning somehow, some way, and this is the game that I should have picked as an upset for the Washington to win because honestly, if they can pressure Brady enough, they may just end up winning. I know Bruce Arians is getting pissed at that defense, so they're probably going to be held to higher expectations and everything going forward, but yeah, I'm ultimately going to pick the Buccaneers. Browns-Patriots, I was right. Everybody doubted the Browns. Everybody called them, said they were nothing. You know what ended up happening? They ended up winning last week pretty convincingly. Along with the defense they have, Mac Jones, apparently, with his ankle twisting issues and all that kind of stuff, I think he's just, it's not going to be fun for him when it comes to this game, so I'm going to pick the Browns. I think they're just going to be a better team overall, too. Cowboys-Falcons, this is another game where I feel like the Cowboys are a team that need to bounce back because the loss that they had last week was tremendously bad. And they're going against the Falcons, which seems to be a kind of under the radar team that's, I mean, you know, they don't have a lot of big names or anything, but they are winning some games. So I will say I think the Cowboys are still a better team, and I think they're going to bounce back, so going with Cowboys. Panthers, Cardinals. Oh, Cam Newton is back. A great storyline. Glad to see that Cam Newton is back. He's a good quarterback, so he deserves actually like a B, you know, somewhere, and I just think it's fitting for him to be back in his spot, because Sam Darnold just straight fell the hell apart. I am going to go with the Cardinals. I will say, though, I will change my pick if Kyler Murray isn't playing, because I feel like this is going to be a game time kind of pick, and if I end up changing it, I will say so on Twitter, so just follow me and you'll see. Vikings, Chargers, both of these teams scare the hell out of me whenever I predict them, because I feel like no matter which team I pick at this point, it's going to go the other way, because the Chargers, they started off really good, now they're kind of like a little iffy, and then I feel like the Vikings started off iffy, and now they're pretty good. At least they can hang in there. It just depends on if Kirk Cousins is playing primetime or not. But other than that, I feel like I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to go with just the home team here. Not sure if home team really, or home field advantage really matters much this season or not, but I'm just going to go with them. Seahawks, Packers. Well, I feel like if Aaron Rodgers is playing, there's just kind of like no doubt I'm going to pick them. If Aaron Rodgers isn't playing, then I might actually pick the Seahawks. Both of these teams have pretty bad defenses and everything, so not much to say really, other than like if Aaron Rodgers is playing or not. Him, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, if they're all three playing, kind of no reason to go against them. So picking the Packers. Eagles, Broncos. These two teams kind of like fall in line with like Vikings, Chargers. It's kind of like I don't know which team to really pick, because one team will be like dominant one week and then they will, you know, not be anything the next. Like Eagles, they can look pretty good. I honestly think they are looking pretty good right now. But the Broncos also coming off that win against the Cowboys. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, so I'm probably going to go ahead and go with the Broncos. Chiefs, Raiders. Congratulations to the Raiders for not having anything go wrong for like at least a week. It's got to suck for all that kind of, I mean, believe me, Steelers, when we had all that drama with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, it was, you know, chaotic. It's kind of like flashbacks and everything, so you know, I feel for you, but congratulations, no incidents and everything. The Chiefs have a lot to prove. I feel like they just, and going against a divisional opponent who seems to give them trouble quite often. I feel like the Raiders do challenge the Chiefs more than anybody else in their division. The Chiefs are going to try their hardest this game, and yeah, I'm going to go with them. Rams, 49ers. This one's going to be a really good one, especially I think if OBJ is playing. Unfortunately, I guess Robert Woods tore his ACL. That is literally how late I am recording this, because yeah, that sucks. I don't think that's going to hold them back, honestly. That defense is crazy. I mean, if this team don't make the Super Bowl, it is pretty sad. But they're also going against the 49ers, who are struggling like crazy. So, kind of no reason to pick against the Rams here. I'm going with them.